Hey guys, this is Kiki, and here are some book recommendations for those who are having the fear of marriage and childbirth. Ta-da! So first thing first, Unwell women. We believe that modern scientific medicine is a science and profession which has evolved over the centuries, should be based on all human beings. However, in the real life, male dominance was kind of cemented into medicine's very foundations, which was firstly laid down in ancient Greece. And back then, women were still properties of their fathers and husbands. However, women possessed the most useful and mysterious organ of all, the uterus. So women's health had associated a lot with their sole purpose, which was to bear and raise children. And that is already biased, right? And physicians genuinely believed that regular sex and multiple pregnancies were the wholly true solutions for women to not become ill. And during the Middle Ages, with the rise of Christian theology and mythology across the Western world, for most of the women, medical care was handled by healers and midwives who provided remedies along with delivering babies, because medieval Christian moral laws forbade physicians from examining any woman, and women themselves couldn't describe their symptoms to any men because that was not allowed. You couldn't say, hey, this part of my body isn't feeling very well. In general, women never got proper treatment. And female biology was not quite known by anybody. So this ignorance and unwillingness to lift up the veil about human bodies lasted for centuries. And you probably have heard of the word hysteria, which was made by physicians to describe uterus disorders. Basically, any symptoms or any problems were thought to be hysteria, and women were constantly suffering and painful, always uncomfortable and ignored. So this book is quite intense for me, even though I recommend it. I don't think I like it. If you are curious, this is a very great book. Yesteryear. This is probably the most controversial book on social media. The character Natalie is an influencer-turned wife with millions of followers, and she's living a quite pro-traditional, pro-old days kind of lifestyle. She has multiple children, her husband is a cowboy, and they're living in this big farm and self-provided. But Natalie, she hates her husband. She doesn't even really like her children either, and she has done all of these simply because in her value from her religion, this is correct. No contraception, no abortion, only homeschooling, everything is correct. But somehow someday she wakes up in a strange, horrible nightmare of reality. The home, the husband, the children seem familiar but unfamiliar. She can't help wondering, is everything a hoax? Or is this like a reality show? Is it a test from God? And this book is a satire, and it's so creepy. Even the cottage and the home supposed to be sweet and loving, not at all. Everything is creepy. Do I like this book? I am not sure, but do I want to talk about it? Holy yes! Next one, A Marriage at Sea. This is a real story, by the way. It is about an English couple decided to sell their house in the suburb of England and build a sailing boat and sail all the way to New Zealand in 1970s. But halfway through their journey, their beloved boat was struck by a whale and completely sank. And this couple went adrift for 117 days in the Pacific Ocean. Well, they only got a tiny little raft in a dinghy, and it was beyond imagination. It was catastrophic, and they were starving and miserable and thirsty and got sick and drained and clinging to life. Finally survived and rescued by a fishing boat from South Korea. I mean, it is supposed to be an adventure and love story, isn't it? But I don't see it from that way, because the guy fell into self-doubt mode and got disappointed and withdrawn. It was the woman, Marilyn, helping the pair to survive with her pure faith and determination and a fierce will to stay alive. I mean, without Marilyn, the couple would have died a long time ago. And it reminds me of a lot of sad marriages that the women are always the ones who are stronger and more resilient, but do the guys deserve it? I don't know. Somehow I'm dreading it. I don't know, you probably find it very romantic, a couple supporting each other. I get it, honestly, but I'm kind of debating on this one. It's up to you. Last but not least, Strangers. This one is also pretty viral on social media, and it's a memoir from Belle Burden. And the story is about her husband, Belle Burton's husband, left her and abandoned their 3 children during lockdown. with no warning or any kind of explanation. He just exited their life, just like an actor. He was done. And Belle fell into this absolute agony and completely shattered during and after their divorce. And this story is as simple as that. And I know a lot of readers have said that, Belle is already lucky enough. She has less concern financially because she was born and raised in a privileged family and was a trust fund baby. But the trauma is real. And this runaway husband thing happens all the time, probably much more frequent than we can imagine. So anyways, here are my picks addressing the problem of the fear of marriage and childbirth. Thank you for watching and see you next time. Bye bye.